Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about digestion of lipids. Lipids are hydrophobic. That means not water soluble. But the digestive enzymes are present in the aqueous medium. So lipids cluster together in large droplets in the digestive tract. And the body has to use special enzymes to break down these lipids throughout the digestive tract. So let's see the digestion process. So in mouth, the dorsal surface of the tongue secretes an enzyme that is known as lingual lipase, which is secreted from the dorsal surface of the tongue. This enzyme causes enzymatic digestion of triglycerides and it cleaves individual fatty acids from glycerol. It gives fatty acid from glycerol. And this lingual lipase activity is continued in the stomach, from mouth to stomach. And this lingual lipase enzyme, it is more active on triglyceride having short chain fatty acids. Short chain fatty acids. And it is more specific for ester linkage at third position. If these are fatty acids, then this lingual lipase, it is more specific for the ester linkage in the third position. For example, milk fat. Milk fat contains short and medium chain fatty acid which is esterified in the third position. So milk fat, it is the best substrate for this enzyme lingual lipase. Milk fat is the best substrate. And coming to this released fatty acid, these released short chain fatty acids are relatively more soluble and these are hydrophilic. So they can be absorbed directly from the stomach wall and enter the portal vein. So these released fatty acids are more soluble and hydrophilic. So they can be easily absorbed from the stomach wall and enter the portal vein. Then in the gastric secretion, that is in the stomach, there is another enzyme that is known as gastric lipase. In stomach, that is gastric lipase. These two enzymes, lingual lipase and gastric lipase, these are acid stable enzymes. Acid stable enzymes. And this gastric lipase activity requires the presence of calcium ions. And it can digest triacyl glycerol. And its activity continues in the small intestine. And the major site of fat digestion is the small intestine. This is the major site of fat digestion. So let's see the digestion in small intestine. So small intestine is the major site of fat digestion. As the stomach contents enter the small intestine, from stomach to small intestine, most of the dietary lipids are undigested. These are undigested and clustered in large droplets. So what happens here is, we know that liver produces bile and this bile, it is stored in gallbladder. And this gallbladder pumps bile in small proportion at a time into the small intestine. Gallbladder pumps bile in small proportion at a time into the small intestine. That is mainly into the first section of small intestine, that is duodenum. These bile salts emulsify fats. These bile salts can emulsify fat. So what is emulsification? Emulsification means It is the process of transformation of a large lipid droplets into smaller ones. Large lipid droplets into smaller droplets. That is known as emulsification. This emulsification increases the surface area. The surface area of the lipids that are exposed to digestive enzymes. This is by decreasing the droplet size. Emulsification increases the surface area of the lipids. So, bile salts emulsify fats. So, bile enter the duodenum from the gallbladder through bile duct. Through bile duct, bile enter the duodenum. At that time, pancreatic juice also enter the duodenum by the way of pancreatic duct. And the secretion of this pancreatic juice is stimulated by two factors. First one is passage of acid gastric contents into the duodenum. First one, passage of acid gastric content into duodenum, and second one is by the secretion of two gastrointestinal hormones, secretin and cholecystokinin. So, the secretion of pancreatic juice is stimulated by the passage of acid gastric content into the duodenum, and also by secretion of two gastrointestinal hormones, secretin and cholecystokinin. So, let us see secretin and cholecystokinin. Secretin brings bicarbonate into the duodenum. It can bring bicarbonate into the duodenum. And this bicarbonate, it neutralizes acidic contents from stomach. It can neutralize the acidic contents from stomach. That is the function of secretin. And this cholecystokinin, it stimulates the secretion of pancreatic enzyme. It stimulates the secretion of pancreatic enzymes. And the pancreatic juice contains a number of lipolytic enzymes. For example, pancreatic lipase or stepsin. Then second one is phospholipase A2 or lecithinase, and next one is cholesterol esterase. So, these are the lipolytic enzymes in the pancreatic juice. This first one is pancreatic lipase or stepsin. This pancreatic lipase hydrolyzes triacyl glycerol containing short chain as well as long chain fatty acids. It can hydrolyze triacyl glycerol containing short and long chain fatty acid. This is an esterase. Pancreatic lipase, it is an esterase with optimum pH at 6. For the proper functioning of this enzyme, bile salts are required. Bile salts. And this bile salts helps in the combination of lipase with two molecules of a small protein. This is known as colipase. This small protein is known as colipase. This bile salts helps in the combination of lipase with two molecules of a small protein, that is known as colipase. And this combination of this lipase with colipase, it enhances the lipase activity of the intestinal pH. It enhances the lipase activity of the intestinal pH, and it also protects the enzyme against the inhibitory effects of bile salts and against surface denaturation. So the combination of lipase with co-lipase, it enhances the lipase activity of the intestinal pH, and it also protects the enzyme from the inhibitory effect of this bile salts and against surface denaturation. And this pancreatic lipase or stepsin, it is specific for the hydrolysis of primary ester linkage. Primary ester linkage means the fatty acid present in position 1 and 3. It cannot readily hydrolyze the ester linkage at the position 2. So it can hydrolyze primary ester linkage, that is a fatty acid present at position 1 and 3. So only fatty acid attached to first and third carbon atom will be released, and we will get fatty acid, two fatty acids from first and third position, and 2 monoacyl glycerol. 2 monoacyl, one molecule of 2 monoacyl glycerol, that is the digestive product of triacyl glycerol. 2 fatty acids and one molecule of 2 monoacyl glycerol. That is a function of pancreatic lipase. Next enzyme is cholesterol esterase. Cholesterol esterase, it hydrolyzes cholesterol ester into cholesterol and free fatty acid. Cholesterol esterase, it hydrolyzes cholesterol ester into cholesterol and free fatty acid. And this phospholipid, it is hydrolyzed by phospholipase A2, and it gives lecithin plus fatty acid, or lysophospholipid plus fatty acid, that is phospholipase A2 or lecithinase. And this monoacyl glycerol, diacyl glycerol, along with bile salts, they play an important role in esterification of fat in the small intestine. It play a role in esterification of fat in the small intestine. And these bile salts and bicarbonates, these bile salts and bicarbonates collect higher fatty acids, then mono and diacyl glycerol or mono and diglycerides, then lecithin, free cholesterol in the form of water soluble molecular aggregates. These are known as mixed micelles. Mixed micelles means it is having hydrophobic non-polar hydrocarbon chain. This is mixed micelle. This mixed micelle, it is water soluble molecular aggregate. These are smaller than the droplets of emulsified fat and are absorbed mainly from the duodenum and jejunum. So it has hydrophilic polar head group and hydrophobic non-polar hydrocarbon chain. Hydrophilic polar head group and hydrophobic non-polar hydrocarbon chain. And these are smaller than the droplets of emulsified fats, and these are absorbed mainly from duodenum and jejunum. And the bile salts of these mixed micelles are absorbed later in the lower part of small intestine. It is absorbed in the lower part of small intestine and return to liver, and it will return to liver through the portal vein for resecretion into the bile. This is known as enterohepatic circulation of the bile salts. Bile salts in the mixed micelles, these are readily absorbed into the lower part of the small intestine and return to liver through the portal vein for resecretion into the bile. This is known as enterohepatic circulation of bile salts. So that is mixed micelles. It contains monoacyl glycerol, cholesterol, free fatty acid, lecithin or lysophospholipid. And then intestinal mucosal cells start absorption of this mixed micelles. Then glycerol, short and medium chain fatty acids are directly absorbed from the intestinal lumen into the portal vein and taken to liver for further utilization. So, end product of this lipid digestion include free fatty acid, 2 monoacyl glycerol, 1 monoacyl glycerol, then free cholesterol, lysophospholipids or lecithin. These are the end products of lipid digestion. These together with bile salts form the mixed micelles, and these mixed micelles, these are absorbed into the intestinal mucosal cells. Then these mixed micelles also contain fat soluble vitamins A, D, E and K. These vitamins are also packaged in these micelles and are absorbed. So this is about digestion of lipids. This is today's topic. Thank you for watching.